I thought it was you. Nice to see you, Dixon.
It's been a while, Grandpa. 1 year, if my memory hasn't left me. Good to see you haven't kicked the bucket.
Put a sock in it.
Wait. Dixon? Dunban? You're the heroes who risked your lives a year ago in the battle to defend the colonies.
What's a pretty young lady like you doing hanging around with this bunch of slackers?
Dunban, Dixon! Thanks for helping out back there.
I don't believe we did anything.
He's right. Save your thanks for that giant bird.
What was that thing?
A Telethia. A mystical beast that protects the sleeping Bionis. Though I've never heard of one ever venturing down to where us Homs live. Strange.
A Telethia? So that's what it's called.
A mystical beast that protects the Bionis.
So, what's your plan from here? Follow that metal-faced machine, I presume?
What else? He's gonna pay for what he did to Fiora.
Well then, there's only one place he'd go. Galahad Fortress in Sword Valley. A year ago, those things were building a huge fortress, right in the valley. Tactically, it's an excellent location to launch attacks from. I feel there's a strong chance they've now finished building it. That would explain why both colonies were attacked recently.
Sword Valley. The very place where we made our last stand 1 year ago.
So it's settled. Bash down a fortress and smash some metal brains.
Easy, Ryan.
Chalk?
There's somewhere else I need to go first.
Well, what could be more important than... Wait, you saw another one.
Saw what? What are you on about? These visions sound pretty handy. Well, out with it. What do you see?
I was somewhere very high up. I was fighting at the peak of a huge tower. Fighting Metalface. I heard a voice. And then the Monado's power was unleashed. His armor instantly gave way. The Monado doesn't work on Metalface at the moment. But if that vision comes true...
A tower, huh? Doesn't give us much to go on.
Can you remember anything else from your vision?
I remember... a huge horn. That's it. As I fought Metalface, I could see the Bionis head.
Prison Island.
Prison Island?
I've never been. But I've heard of a black tower at the head of the Bionis. They say it was built by the ancient High Entia race.
The High Entia are real. I thought they were a myth.
I wouldn't blame you, son. An ancient race living at the top of the Bionis? It does sound crazy. But Bionis is home to all kinds of different people, not just us. That includes the High Entia.
The High Entia, huh? I dismiss them as folklore as well.
Never assume anything. Seeing is believing, right?
Have you ever met one?
Well, yeah.
Wow. Dixon, man, you're just full of surprises.
What can I say? I'm well-traveled. And it's all for your future. Day and night I've searched for new lands, met new cultures, and gained knowledge for our people. The life of a wandering old fool. A lonely one at that.
Stop your whining. You do it because you enjoy it. And you make a tidy profit.
Who asked you, Dunban?
Well then, Shulk, what's it to be?
We'll head there.
There are alternatives. We could abandon the colonies, find a place the Mekon will not discover and live in secret.
I realized something when we were fighting Zord. Wherever we go, they'll follow. We can't run from these things. We must fight on.
I see. Then I am obliged to join you.
You want to come with us?
Scared I'll get hurt?
No way. We know you're stronger than anything. Right, Ryan?
You bet.
I've recovered a great deal since we last met. And that miserly old coot over there made me this. Sharp, light, perfect for cutting through steel. Show me a Mekon and I'll slice it in two. I might not be in peak condition, but I'm useful.
I can't thank you enough.
We're in it together now.
You can count on us, Dunban.
Miserly old coot. That sword is forged from Mechon armor. It's worth every penny.
So you keep saying.
If you want to go to the Bionis Head, you'll need a guide to get to the upper regions.
We're at the bottom, so I guess the only way to go is up.
Right. But we'll need to go up the lower back first.
The lower back?
Colony 6 is right at the top of the Bionis leg. So we'll have to head around the waist. Through a place called Satorl Marsh. Follow me.
Hello, this is Mr. Bacon Bits, and welcome back to Xenoblade Definitive Edition. Prison Island is our next goal, but we have a few places to traverse first before we get there. Satorl Marsh is one of them, as mentioned before. We also have a new party member, Dunban. Yeah, Dunban. Well, sorta new. You catch my drift. Yeah, he has a brand new playstyle from how he played in the beginning of the game. There's something real quick I wanted to demonstrate, though. That most of Ether Mine is blocked off. So let me go ahead and head there. Alright, yeah, see, here's the blocked exit right here. And in case you're wondering, this one is blocked off too. Can't get past here. So yeah, most of the Ether Mine is unavailable now. You can't skip travel to those points either, as you can see right here. You can still complete the Collectopedia, and there were no unique monsters past this point. So, Dunban. As mentioned in the cutscene, he has a weapon that can damage Mechon, so he doesn't need enchant. Nice. Well, what else can Dunban do? Well, his best strength is agility, and he has several skills and arts that deal with attracting aggro. So putting 2 and 2 together, he's a tank like Rhine, except he evades attacks instead of taking them head-on. This actually makes him very useful against higher-leveled monsters. And with the right setup, he is just insane. Before listing off his arts, his talent art is Blossom Dance. It's a 4-hit attack that continues if you hit the B button on the prompts that come up. It's actually one of the most damaging arts in the game. As for his other arts, Gale Slash is a physical art that attacks a single enemy and inflicts bleed. It's an important art as it links up to a handful of other arts, so it's probably good to keep this one on him. Electric Gutbuster is a single target physical art that, when used after Gale Slash, causes break on an enemy. Peerless is an aura art that increases strength and aggro to Dunban, and removes Confuse for any nearby party members. The amount of aggro gained is dependent on Dunban's level. Worldly Slash is a 2-hit physical art that decreases an enemy's physical defense by 20%, and also inflicts strength down 20% if used after Gale Slash. Battle Eye is an aura art that inflicts lock-on on the targeted enemy, while also increasing his double attack rate by 25% and boosting his talent gauge by 5% with every attack dodged. Steel Strike is a single target physical art that inflicts topple on an enemy with break. Pretty simple one. Spirit Breath is learned at level 22 and summons an aura that removes debuffs and grants haste, which increases auto attack rate. For AI Dunban, he'll use this with the Focus Attacks command, or just when he's inflicted with a debuff while he has the aggro. As a general thing, haste can only go up to 100%, so the more this art is upgraded, the less you need haste gems on him. Blinding Blossom is an ether-based art learned at level 24 that absorbs fixed aggro from a party member chosen. It's a quick way to take the aggro off of a party member that you don't want to be attacked. It might be useful, but I don't really find myself using it much, since usually if an enemy takes its aggro onto another party member, it's because of volatile aggro. which goes away over time. It is something this art cannot take away. Serene Heart is learned at level 28, and is an aura that increases Dunban's hit rate and evasion by 75%. If used when his HP is at 15% or lower, the buff is boosted to 75%. Wait, didn't I just say that? This art is incredibly useful when facing off against enemies multiple levels higher, but be warned that evade rate only goes up to 90% to 95% for physical arts and auto attacks, respectively. Tempest Kick is learned at level 32, and is a single target ether attack that, when used after Gale Slash, removes a buff from the enemy while filling the party gauge by 20%. See how Gale Slash is turning out to be a useful art? Something to note is that Dunban gets turned around when using this. This will come into play shortly. Heat Haze is learned at level 36 and is an aura that completely removes Dunban's fixed aggro, cannot gain aggro back while it's up, but also increases his crit hit rate to 100%. I recommend not using this unless you have another tank with you, but its main use could be to max out the party gauge rapidly, as critical hits increase the gauge by 10%. Thunder is learned at level 40, and is kind of a weird art. It's an ether attack that hits in a fan behind Dunban, causing daze if he has an aura currently up. While it's a weird hitbox, it can be used in a combo after Tempest Kick to hit enemies in front of you. I don't use this too often, and so does the AI. I would keep this off his arts palette if you don't plan on controlling him, since it would be a waste otherwise. Soaring Tempest is learned at level 44, and is a physical art that hits 3 times in a circle around him, filling the talent gauge by 10% with every hit. This is great against groups of enemies, and also deals a hefty amount of damage with the right preparation. Heat Haze works great combined with this. Jaws of Death is learned at level 48, and much like Rhine's version, this is an aura that revives Dunban upon being incapacitated. The amount of HP restored is increased the more it's upgraded. However, this also fills his talent gauge by 50% and boosts physical arts damage by 50% temporarily. AI Dunban will definitely use this whenever his HP is 10% or lower. Final Flicker is learned at level 52, and is an ether art that sacrifices 20% of his HP to fill the talent gauge by 50%. I don't use this, but it's a decent way to boost talent art usage. I would recommend against using it when his HP is low, though. It can incapacitate him or get him dangerously close to it. Demon Slayer is his final art, and is learned at level 56. This is a powerful physical attack that, if it kills the enemy it hits, forces topple on all nearby enemies unless they are immune. This one's pretty situational and also has a massive cooldown time, so if you're looking for a topple art, it's better to use Steel Strike. This one's purely for fighting large groups of enemies. So with that, let's move on to his skill trees real quick. He has Bravery, which boosts counterattack rate, and his base skill is Medium Equipment. Invincible Warrior boosts Strength when HP is at max. Warrior's Ambition increases tension by 25% with Battle Start Affinity. Actually, it's 25, not 25%. There's a difference. Overwhelming increases aggro drawn when dealing damage by 10%. This is good linked to Rhine. Hero's Valor gives a 75% chance of increasing max HP at battle start for 40 seconds. Prudence improves block rate, the first skill being Sustained Spirit, which increases duration of auras by 10 seconds. Steel Protection reduces spike damage taken by 20%. This will become really important later on. Mind of the Warrior reduces depletion rate of the party gauge when out of battle. Lightweight Expert improves physical and ether defense of light armor by 15%. Pretty useful. Critical Drain restores 2% of max HP with critical hits. Recovery Up gems boost this. Finally, Wisdom improves agility. You know which one you'll have to be on whenever you're serious with his agility stuff. The first skill is Spiritual Awakening, which increases aggro gained by 25% when no armor is equipped. This is the basis for that infamous Naked Dunban strategy. Yeah. Reckless Abandon increases agility by 15% when HP is 50% or less. Twin Swords increases chance of performing a double attack by 5%. Natural Born Warrior reduces the combined weight of armor by 5. And finally, Inner Peace increases agility even further when no armor is equipped. 30% as a matter of fact. Finally, his gem crafting abilities are as follows. His shooter ability is Combo Master, in which qualities grow stronger when flame is constant. So if you constantly get Gentle Flame with no other kind of flame, it's a combo. His Engineer ability... His Engineer ability gives good Strong Flame, Poor Medium Flame, and Average Gentle Flame. With all that covered, the place Dixon mentioned, Satorl Marsh, is just up ahead. And oh my god, it is an amazing looking place. I can't wait to show it. Got some nebulas here. I really hate those enemies. They don't aggro on you unless you use ether-based attacks near them, but they are extremely hard to actually kill because they always try to self-destruct before you can accomplish it. And I just want to make a note, it is still nighttime and raining. This is why I wanted to show off Satorl Marsh at this point. So let's move on. Already looking kind of mysterious, huh? Welcome to the gorgeous Satorl Marsh.
I've never seen anywhere like this.
You see? This is why I've been saying you need to get out of the lab every now and then. We're aiming to get inside the Bionis. We can get to the upper regions from there.
Wow. I've never thought about going inside the Bionis.
The closer we get to the top, the more monster trouble we're gonna run into. The only things that venture this far in are the Nopon merchants and curious types like me.
You really know all the fun spots, eh, Dixon?
You want to get to the top? Then this is the only way.
We'll push on, no matter what.
That's the spirit, Shulk.
The visuals here are just breathtaking. And the music is really peaceful, too. The ether energy rising up from here actually perpetuates the day-night cycle here. See, the sun in this world is actually just a big ball of ether that fizzles out, which causes nighttime. During the night, the Bionis releases ether up into the sky, for it to gather up into a ball of ether once more to create daylight. This is... as far as I remember, it's actually confirmed in the game at some point, not making things up here. Satorl Marsh is just an area with really high concentrations of ether during the night, which explains the view you're seeing. Which makes the marsh during the day not as impressive looking. we'll get to see what it looks like during the day soon. But yeah, I'm just going to be avoiding some enemies right here, because I want you to take in the music.
Everyone, look! It's a group of Nopon.
Ah, some Nopon merchants.
What do you think they're up to?
They must be here for a reason. Let's go and ask them.
Good idea.
Alright, Nopon merchants. And yeah, we got a landmark right here. You can talk to these Nopon for some new side quests and stuff, but let's actually check out the shop right here. We've got some new equipment. Stealth rifle I've already covered, so there's also battle driver for Rhine, and steel cutlass for Dunban. Both are a bit stronger than the weapons I have on at the moment. Might as well give Dunban the weapon right now. We have no need for fighting Mechon at the moment. For new headgear, we have Pine Headgear, a unique armor with terrain defense too. Kinda useful in this area. There's a bunch of poison bogs around this marsh. And we also have Gardas Helm. For torso gear, we have Grand Armor and Aqua Top. These may be better than what you have now in terms of stats, but they don't have slots. You may be wondering why I'm covering Grand Armor if I have 4 of them. Well, for new arms gear, we just have Beach Bangles, a unique armor with agility up 2. For legs, we have Grand Leggings and Aqua Bottoms. And finally, for feet, we have Webbed Sandals with Chill Defense 4. That's our first level 4 gem as far as I can remember. We don't even have access to crafting those yet. And then there's the arts manuals. These are all for Dunban, so upgrade them all if you have the room, if you have the cash. At any rate, since I'm here, I might as well go ahead and stop this video right now. Before I start the next video, I will be doing some, I will be recording for some side quests and other side content, and, I will be upgrading our characters for a bit. See you guys later.